on this show, we have discussions on what you need to know about the FPL, especially going into a new game week. And it's not just about having a discussion, it's about also rewarding you for being part of the My Bet.Africa family. 500 Ghana cedis up for grabs for this December. So if you are looking at for a December money, this is where you need to watch, and this is the show you need to subscribe and like, and also share for your friends to also be part. We'll go into details on why 500 Ghana cedis will be given to you watching me because of you watching this video and also being part of the My Bet.Africa FPL. During the show, we are going to break down what are the codes you need to know to join the My Bet.Africa FPL, the Tactics and Touchlines Super League, and also other informations on to boost your team, especially for Game Week 18. We'll go into details, but first, let's start with my team for Game Week 16. Game Week 17, what happened to my team? So looking at my total point for Game Week, that is 16. As of now, the overall point I'm having is 858 points. Total overall ranking, I'm on 3,376. That is in the world. And this week, I was able to get that is 63 points for the week. We'll go into my team and we'll find out what happened for me to get this point. Looking at my team, 63 points, I was above average. Look now that I'm about average, but I was supposed to get some maximum points if I had some changes in my team. I went in for Raya, who I felt they were going to keep a clean sheet against Wolf, but he gave me 2 points. Van der Ven, Rich James, Cash gave me 0 because of a yellow card, and they got to concede 2 goals. Foden, the informed Phil Foden, gave me 11. Shaka with 3 after picking up that win in the derby. Saka gave me 22, was my captain for that game week. Rice with 2. Igo Thiago, the goals are drying up. He gave me 2. Erling Haaland with 13. And also Danny Welbeck with 11. So let's move into the team of the week. Which players performed for the game week 16 FPL team of the week? So with this players performing, Callum Hudson-Odoi was the player with the highest point, and he had 19 points after 2 goals and also an assist. That was something amazing, especially he's a differentials. Most managers don't have Callum Hudson-Odoi in their team. So if you're having him in your team, you had that amazing point he provided with 19. And also his teammate, that is Sangari, also gave 18. He's off for the AFCON, so he gave Nottingham Forest that goodbye to also set up for the African Cup of Nations. So with the team of the week, Roofs was the goalkeeper for the week. I had him in my team, but he was on the bench because I had Raya against Roofs. Gusto gave 18. Matis Nunes also with 11. Ronaldo with 10. We have Sangari, Callum Hudson-Odoi, as I mentioned. Wilson with 16. Morgan Rogers with 15. We have Bruno Fernandes with 13. Hugo Ekitike also gave 13. He also gave 13, and also Erling Haaland also with 13. So looking at these players, most are differentials, especially with Wilson, Hugo Ekitike, Ronaldo, and also Callum Hudson-Odoi and Sangari. These are players most managers don't buy into their team because one, their price tag. Also, secondly, they don't give much, especially going into game week. So these are players. If you're having these players in your team, you are guaranteed maximum points ahead of a lot of managers going into the FPL. That was in game week 16. We'll move on to discuss most transferred players and most transferred in players. But before that, let's dive into the My Bet.Africa FPL. With the My Bet.Africa FPL, one thing I would always tell you is that My Bet.Africa rewards managers who have joined their FPL. This is not the first time they are doing this. They've run the FPL for 2 seasons now. And in the first season, I witnessed someone picked up 5,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the season. Season 2, something similar happened. They increased it to 8,000 Ghana cedis. And this season, all they are telling us is that you need to let people join. As of now, a lot of managers, as the managers are joining, the price that gets to increase. So as of now, managers on the My Bet.Africa family or the My Bet.Africa FPL league, it's 428. That amasses a final price of 4,000 Ghana cedis. So as you're watching this show, invite your friends onto the My Bet.Africa FPL for them to join, get a chance to also increase the prize fund, so that at the end of the season, if you are the manager of the season, your money would increase from the 8,000 they paid last season to a maximum of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. The information from My Bet.Africa is that they are willing to pay any amount. All that they are looking out for is managers joining and be part of their FPL. So let's go into that is the code to join the My Bet.Africa FPL. The code is QBOT87. QBOT87. With this code, you join the My Bet.Africa family and be part of the managers who are winning with this season, especially the end of month and also at the end of the season. So let's look at the end of the month league table. December, which managers are topping in December? So in December, we have Ejenim Boateng he got 100 points last week, and he's having a total of 248 points as of now. We have Chase Lord, that's Michael Edu, 91 points, that is last week, and he has 245 points. We have FC Royals, that is Daniel Asari, 94 points last week. He had 233 points. Solicitor Squad, that is Soyoro Solomon with 75 points, 232 points, 75 points last week, 232 points in total for December. And the fifth place is the Chiefs, that is Nathan Mills, 85 points last week with 230 points for that is the total of December. So if you are looking at from 1 to 5, as of now, Ejenim Boateng is the manager who stands the chance to win the 500 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. But looking at his point to the fifth, that is the Chiefs, that is Nathan Miles, it's just 18 points between them. So any game week, especially with this December, which is packed, can change anything on there. That is the excitement that my Bet Africa FPL brings you. So you need to also be part. The code is QBOT87. QBOT87 to join this group and be part of this my Bet Africa league. It's getting competitive, it's getting amazing. Managers are winning at the end of the month and also looking at picking the highest price at the end of the season. So let's go into the most transferred in players for game week 18, game week 17. We have Wilson of Fulham. He has been one of the most transferred in players in recent times. Looking at the cost, he cost 5.6. Managers that have selected him for this game week are 13.7% managers are looking at bringing him into the team. His form is at 8.8, and the total point he has been able to amass this season is at 78. So a lot of managers are looking at bringing him in. The next player on there is Hugo Ekitike, 8.6. Manager selection or the selection for Hugo Ekitike is at 19.7. His form is at 5.8. He hasn't been a starter for Liverpool as at that. Phil Foden is the third player on there, 8.8. That is the cost of Phil Foden. 36.9% managers are having him in their team, and his rating is at 11.4. As of now, he's the most informed player in the FPL. The next player that comes is Bruno Fernandes. His cost is at 9.3. His total selection is at 29.0. His form is at 8.6. And his total point for the game week is at 98. Coming down to Morgan Rogers, Chaloba, and Semenyo. So looking at this, you could see that Hugo Ekitike stands as a differentials in this selection. He has the lowest with Morgan Rogers, and also Wilson has the lowest as some of the players managers are not selecting in their team. Let's look at the most transferred out players. The most transferred out players, Brian Mbeumo at 8.2 is the highest. Munoz is also here. Brian Mbeumo because he's going to the African Cup of Nations. Munoz has also picked up an injury and is not returning as of now. And Nick Vortamada is on here. I know a lot of you will be surprised, but why Nick Vortamada is on here is that Wissa is back, and Wissa is surely going to start ahead of him. With he getting a goal in the Carabao game, meaning Wissa is going to start ahead of Nick Vortamada in their next game against Chelsea. And we know the goal contribution Wissa brings anytime he's in the FPL. So that is why most managers are looking at shipping him out at the price of 7.4 and bringing in other differentials who will help them improve. Eze is another player who has been transferred out. His price is 7.7 as of now. 18 managers have selected him in their team, but most managers are looking at transferring him out. We have João Pedro, Njai going for the AFCON, and also Jeremy Doku picking up an injury. So these are some of the players most managers have transferred in and also transferred out in this week's FPL. Let's go into that is the differentials for this week. If you are looking at selecting some players which most managers don't have, but are going to have easy game weeks coming up and are giving maximum points in their previous game weeks, I'm going to give you 3 differentials for this game week. And if you have these players in your team, if you don't have them, you can transfer them into your team and get your team up and running. So let's look at Daniel Ballard of Sunderland. Looking at his price is at 4.6. That is one of the lowest price in FPL when it comes to defenders. His form is at 3.4. His point per match is at 4.7 per game. we looking at some of his games, his previous games. In game week 14 against Liverpool, he had 4 points. In game week 15 against Manchester City, he had 1 point. And in game week 16 against Newcastle, he had 8 points on there. Looking at their next 3 game weeks, they are playing against Brighton, who in their last game couldn't score a goal. So defensively, he can add a lot. Maybe keep a clean sheet against Brighton. They have Leeds United also being one game that is going to be easy for them, especially being a home game. And Manchester City will be visiting them. They will try to get that revenge against Manchester City. So Ballard is one differential I'll tell you to go in for, because looking at their games, 3 games coming up, he could get up to 5 points per game, as he has been averaging 4.7 per game. Let's look at our next differentials. So with our next differentials, we are looking at Ryan Cherki. Yeah, he cost 6.5 million. With his form as of now is at 5.8. His points per game is at 4.7. And looking at his form for previous game and also coming into this game, why I'm picking him for the differentials, against Fulham, he didn't get a minute, so he was 0. Against Sunderland, he was in there, he got 12 points. Against Crystal Palace, he got 6 points. So meaning he has been given a 4.5 per game. They are playing against West Ham, who are conceding a lot of goals. So that would be one game you'll be looking at maximizing his point, maybe getting another 12 or getting another 6 per that game week. Nottingham Forest away will be difficult for Manchester City, but we've seen Manchester City going to difficult away grounds and picking results. So that game, I'm tipping him to also get a good result against, that is Nottingham Forest. And also Sunderland in their game week 19. So with these 3 game weeks, I'm tipping Ryan Cherki being that differential, so it's going to give maximum points, especially for a team like Manchester City. He being a key figure in their team from game week 14 down to now. In their Carabao, in their Champions League, he's putting up a good performance. Let's look at the next pick, who is one of the most informed players, but he's having a difficult run of games, which I think, being an attacking midfielder, is surely going to get a goal or assist in this difficult game. So this player is Morgan Rogers. His price is at 7.1 as of now, form of 8.2. He's averaging 4.8 points per game. Looking at game week 14, he had 6 points. Looking at game week 15, he had 2 points against Arsenal. Looking at game week 16, he has 15 points against West Ham. They are playing Manchester United, who are conceding in game week 17. Against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, he will try to get that assist or goal. And also against Arsenal again, they will try to get that results again against Arsenal at the Emirates. So he's going to have a difficult patch of games, but I'm tipping him getting at least a point of 4, 5, or 6 in this 3 game weeks per match. And I'm looking at him being one differential. Most managers will be looking at the fixtures coming up, so they are not going to pick him in their team. If you have to add him into your team, you get that maximum point from Morgan Rogers. So let's go into Tactics and Touchlines Super League. And that league is also fantastic. That league rewards managers weekly. You need to be part. You can be part of the MyBet.Africa family. That is the MyBet.Africa FPL League. And also to be part of the Tactics and Touchline FPL League. You being part of this 2 league, you need to register on MyBet.Africa. So scan the QR code. As soon as you are done with the QR code scanning, there are just 3 simple steps for you to be part of the MyBet.Africa family. The first thing is your phone number. You enter your phone number. The next one is your username. The username can be your nickname, any other name you want to put on there. The next one is your password and confirm password. Enter a password and enter the same password in the confirm password section. Click on register. MyBet to send you a verification code. Verify your account. After verifying your account, log on to your account with your username and your password. Click on the top right icon, that is circled green. Come down, you see free bet. Click on the free bet and enter the code TTPOD, TTPOD, to get a free 10 Ghana cedis because you are watching the show. That is what we are giving you. Let's go into the TT Super League. The manager for the week, who is winning 50 Ghana cedis for this week. And the manager for the week is Matthew Nuke. That is Raf. And that is Raf. That is our manager for game week 16. And he had 78 points. Looking at his team, he had Kaleha in post, Timber, Van der Ven, Cash, Saka, Neto, Saboslai, Jack Grealish, Wilson. He also had Bowen, and also his captain was Ellen Haaland. So Raf, if you are watching the show, you've won 50 Ghana cedis. Contact us on any of our social media platforms and redeem your reward. You verify your account or verify your page. You need to have a MyBet.Africa account to stand a chance to win this 50 Ghana cedis. and it will be credited into your account. So let's look at the transfers, how transfers are going in the FPL. So transfers made in this game week 17 are 24,497,356 transfers has been made, the highest so far. And the wild cards being played during this period are 97,647. The most transferred in players by managers are Phil Foden. As I said, he's the most informed player. He's the most informed player in the FPL as of now. And the most captain player is Erling Haaland, because Manchester City will play against West Ham, and Manchester City have a very good record against West Ham. Erling Haaland has a good record against West Ham. So most managers are looking at captaining, and I'm not surprised that most managers have tripled captain Erling Haaland, especially going into this game week. So let's look at my pick for game week 17. I'm going for Ryan Post. I'm going for Ballard against Brighton. As I said, he was one of my differentials. Rhys James against Newcastle. He performed very well last season in that 12:30 kickoff for Chelsea, and I'm looking at him repeating the same thing. Matthew Cash against Man United. Man United are missing out some of their players for the AFCON, and Aston Villa's formation and tactics are based on Matthew Cash and Morgan Rogers, so he's going to get a goal or assist. Phil Foden, Xhaka against Brighton. Saka, Declan Rice, Mohamed Kudus against Liverpool. In this midfield, you can look at bringing in players like Morgan Rogers. You can look at bringing in players like Ryan Cherki, as I mentioned in my differentials. And my striking department, I'm looking at Igor Thiago against Wolves. That is a game I'm thinking Igor Thiago is going to bang in a lot of goals. He has been missing out in 2 game weeks, giving us blank on points. And now Erling Haaland being my captain against West Ham. So let me know your team for this game week. Who do you think should be the captain, especially going into game week that is 17? My Bet of Africa is telling us that this festive season, you need to be part of the My Bet of Africa family. Why? Because they are giving us amazing reward. What My Bet of Africa want us to know is that this December, from now to the new year, they just want to give us reward. And what are the rewards about? From the 19th to the 30th, they are giving us free bet vouchers, they are giving us cashbacks, they are giving us jerseys, and they are giving us everything you need for this December. All you need to do is that from this period, you need to place a bet of 250 cedis and above to stand the chance to win any of the prizes they are sharing. And it doesn't just end there. On their casino and virtual games, play JetX, place Sunny Fruits, and stake 500 Ghana cedis and above, and stand the chance to be part of the grand prize that will be awarded in January. My Bet on Africa is saying they have some amazing gifts they are going to give, and it's going to be mind-blowing, especially in January. So stick on their platform, scan the QR code, register, and be part of their family, and stand the chance to win the highest prize they are trying to give in January. But before that, per week, you stand the chance to win free airtimes, free bets, free jerseys from My Bet of Africa. That is what they are presenting to us. So don't forget, subscribe, like, and also be part of the family. Let me know in the comment section who is your captain pick for this game week. And should managers triple captain? Is it Igor Thiago or Erling Haaland? Between these two players, who should they triple captain, especially going into game week 17? Thank you for watching the show.